So what is the 5-day workshop about and who can it help? I understand that not many people have the financial means to hire a solicitor from the start of their application process until they receive a decision. I also understand that even when others can afford to pay for a solicitor or a legal advisor, they choose not to do so because they feel that they can do it themselves. I found that most people just want to know what the process involves and what they need to do to ensure that they present a strong application to the Home Office. And this is why I created this 5-day workshop. So the 5-day workshop is based on my exclusive framework called the 5-stage FLRM process, which my team and I use for all our full service clients who are either applying to extend their partner visa or who are applying to switch to the partner route from holding another UK immigration visa or leave to remain. This framework is a result of all the hard work, experience, and skill I have acquired over the years. It has helped my team and I to navigate through the legal minefield as efficiently and as effectively as possible. This framework has helped all our clients to get successful results time and time again. We're not allowed to give a percentage of our success rate, but suffice to say that we are very proud of the hundreds of clients we have represented and helped using our framework. This is how much my team and I believe in this framework. So what is the 5-day workshop about and who can it help? The aim of the 5-day FLRM workshop is to provide you with an overview of what the process involves from start to finish. And while this should give you an overall bigger picture of how to prepare and submit your FLRM application, please note that it is not a full and comprehensive information. Again, I want to remind you that this is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for full legal advice. Okay, so what is the 5-stage FLRM application process? So the 5 stages are, so stage 1 is all about the fundamentals, which includes understanding what the 5-year partner route is, who it applies to, and the importance of knowing what the legal requirements are that must be met, and why it is vital for the applicant and their partner to familiarize themselves with the requirements before starting the application process. Stage 2 is all about the supporting documents and the vital role that they play with regards to your application. This stage is also where you start to have an idea of the type of documents that you need to submit with your application, and subsequently formulating your tailored list of documents to help you prepare and gather these documents. This is also where you merge what you learned about the requirements for the FLRM application with your individual set of circumstances to help you work out which type of documents you should submit based on your situation and which also meet the requirements. This stage also teaches you how to organize and create a system where you can store these documents securely, which will then help you with where and how to submit your supporting documents to the UKVI. Stage 3 is learning about the application form that must be completed and submitted, what it means to submit a valid application to the UKVI, which relevant application must be completed and why this is important, where to complete it, when to complete it, and most importantly, how to complete it correctly. This stage also covers how to formally submit the application form and how to pay the UKVI and immigration health surcharge fees, as well as the super priority service fee. Stage 4 is all about the biometric stage. So what it is, and when and where and how to book this, and more importantly, why this must be booked and attended. Stage 5 is all about the steps that you need to take and to know before, during, and after your biometric appointment. This stage also covers what you need to do when you get the decision from the UKVI, whether this is positive or negative. Overall, the whole process from the start until you attend your biometric appointment should be around 8 to 10 weeks in total. So most of the time is spent on stages 1 and 2, which can take up to 7 weeks. Stage 3 should take about a week to have a final draft of your application form. And then stages 4 and 5 should take about 2 weeks, which is in relation to booking and attending your biometric appointment, as well as to gather and upload your supporting documents, or to have copies of the supporting documents ready to take with you to your biometric appointment. So now that we know what the 5 stages are, here is the schedule of what we will be covering in the next 5 days. So today, on day 1, we will be covering the following: what the 5-year partner route is, what the FLRM application is and who should apply for this, who the UKVI are and their role in the decision process. And then we're also covering stage 1 of the FLRM application process in relation to what the requirements are and why it's vital to know them. And then we will be looking at each of the requirement in detail. And for today, we will focus on the suitability requirement and some of the eligibility requirements, such as the immigration status requirement, the English language test requirement, and the relationship test requirement. Day 2, we will be covering the following. So we will continue with stage 1 of the FLRM application process, and we will go through the other eligibility requirements, such as the accommodation requirement and the all-important financial requirement. Day 3, which is on Wednesday, we'll be covering stage 2 of the FLRM application process, and we will talk about the supporting documents. So it's all about the what, the why, the where, the when, and how to gather and submit your supporting documents to the UKVI. On day 4, on Thursday, we will be covering stage 3 of the FLRM application process, and this is where we will learn about the FLRM application form itself. So the what, the why, the where, the when, and how of completing and submitting the application form. This will also be the last day for you to send your questions to me by email by 7 p.m. so that I can try and answer as many of these as I can during the Q&A portion on day 5. It should be noted that some of your questions that you have at this stage may be addressed in the next few sessions of the workshop. And then finally, on day 5, we will be covering stages 4 and 5 of the FLRM application process. And so this is all about the biometric process. So the what, the why, the where, the when, and how to book and attend the biometric appointment, as well as what steps are before, during, and after the biometric appointment. And then we will be covering what you should do when you receive the UKVI's decision and whether this is positive or negative. This will then be followed by a Q&A session where I will answer as many of your questions as I can about the FLRM application. Again, please remember that this workshop is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for full legal advice.